Hey guys, Hexer here, and today I am making one of two videos that I've planned for the April update. This is kind of an overview of everything within the April update, what I think about it, and then the next video will be something different. I haven't really decided on that yet, but it'll come out probably Monday, maybe over the weekend, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, this video is about the April update, and overall, I think the April update is great. I think they did a very good job with introducing new content and kind of keeping old content relevant. But I have, again, a list of things that I gotta talk about here. So, let's get right into it. Obviously, first we have to talk about Prison of Elders. It's a little bit repetitive, a little bit, but honestly, it's not horrible. And I think it changing from week to week and the bosses being very different definitely helps it. In year one, the bosses weren't different enough, in my opinion, but now, you know, there's taken versions, there's normal versions, and the bosses just have very different mechanics, which is a good thing. The only complaint I have about challenge mode is it's just too easy. Like, even this week with the second boss in Cabal, if you haven't done it, it's a little bit rough, but the other two rounds are super easy, and honestly, getting the points isn't hard, and I feel like it should be harder. Prison of Elders level 41, I feel like you need better rewards from it. I mean, there's no reason to do it unless you're a lower level character, and even then it doesn't give you great stuff, and to get that one Sterling Treasure box every week. That's basically the only time I do it, is just to get the Sterling Treasure. So, I feel like better rewards slightly, maybe, I don't know. Rewards from the Challenge of the Elders are awesome, but I feel like you need to be able to get more per week, because one weapon and one armor piece per character per week, it's just not enough. And I feel like you should be able to get slightly more, but again, it's not the end of the world. The loot drops from King's Fall have been increased, and I highly recommend that you do the raid. A lot of people were kind of confused about what was the fastest way to level up, and the fastest way to level up actually is just to do the King's Fall raid. I wish it would have been Prison of Elders again, where you would have gotten more than one weapon and armor per week, but, you know, if you want to keep that armor, those armor and weapons, and have those as your highest light, you can always use the stuff you get from King's Fall as infusion fuel. The raid is, again, the fastest way to level up, which kind of makes sense, as it is, we are still technically in the Taken King expansion, but I feel like because they're introducing this new quote-unquote endgame content, you should be able to get much more higher gear level stuff, and because you can't is a little bit so the drops in the Crucible, they're okay, they're slightly better. I feel like they could even go higher, but again, they're better. Engrams from the Cryptarch still give you crap. It's like, really? Come on. Just give us like 300 plus stuff from the Cryptarch. I've been getting 284 stuff, and I'm 325 or something, so yeah, there's that. No, Sterling Treasure. Now, a lot of people were worried about Sterling Treasure, me being one of them. But I think the way they did it was very smart, and it gives me hope for what they'll do in the future. And what they did was, in order to get higher level Sterling Treasure gear, is to infuse stuff into it, and that's the only way to get a roll on it. When you get it out of the Sterling Treasure, it gives you a level 3 defense item with no intellect discipline and just randomly rolled bonuses. And you could wear that, it gives you one with set bonuses, and you could wear that, but it's 3 defense, so you wouldn't. And the only way to get different rolls and intellect discipline strength on it is to infuse it with something, which is very smart, and I'm glad they did that. The only problem, really, that I have with Sterling Treasure, now that we've seen it and kind of had it for a few weeks, is it just completely ruins the specialness of the armor. You know, like the Taken armor, you see people running around with it, and you're just like, oh, they bought a ton of Sterling Treasure, you know? Like, I have 2-3 pieces of it from 2 weeks, and I see people running around again in full sets of it, and I'm like, they had to have bought it because there's no way they could have gotten a full set, you know? And I feel like that's not great, but it's better than, say, Call of Duty, where the only way to get weapons is through the supply drops, which makes them ridiculously special, and people like camp in corners until they can get them and then use them, and you know, Call of Duty is much more messed up than Destiny, and I'm glad that they took a much smoother route for these microtransactions. The no HUD option is great for screenshots. I highly recommend you go out there and just get as many cinematic shots as you can. It's not going to go away anytime soon, but you know, for your background on your Xbox or your PlayStation, or just for pictures in general, you know, Destiny is actually a really beautiful game, and the no HUD definitely increases that and lets you get some awesome shots. The rep boost is great, so basically what I'm talking about there is, like in Crucible you get more rep per game, and in Vanguard obviously for strikes the same thing. I feel like they could still go higher with it though, especially for strikes, and maybe get rid of the rep boosters from Sterling Treasure. I don't find myself using them because I forget, or because they're just not really worth it. Because I play 2 strikes and then I gotta go. I'm not gonna be playing strikes for 2 hours. So that's just kind of, you know, eh. And that's pretty much everything I have to talk about. Overall, I'm very happy with the result of the April update. I think they did a lot of smart things. And I think I had a little bit too high hopes for this expansion. I felt like they were gonna add slightly more. And the reveal streams kind of dumbed down my excitement a little bit. But I'm definitely really excited for the next expansion, and of course Destiny 2. And I think I'm going to be playing Destiny for the next few months, and that's an accomplishment, Bungie. Good job. I wasn't playing it at all, and now you're making me play it again. So, yeah. One more thing I wanted to talk about with Prison of Elders was the fact that you only need 3 people to do it, and not 6, like the raid. Again, the raid is the fastest way to level up, but if you're a casual player, you only need 2 other people to complete the quote-unquote endgame content, which a lot of people like. Personally, it doesn't matter to me because I can do the raid and I can do Prison of Elders, like I have enough people, and if I don't, I can just use LFG. Again, I highly recommend using LFG. I might be doing a video on that this weekend, next weekend, next week, something like that. Just kind of the importance of LFG and stuff like that, but that's another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, your support means a lot to me. If you do whatever to this video. And yeah, expect some more videos in the near future. See you later. Bye.